Many of the problems we have to cope with in our daily lives will no longer exist once we are totally united with God. They will simply disappear. Our first priority should be to develop an unbreakable bond with God. The security of an intimate relationship with Him will solve all the problems that creep into our lives and disengage us from achieving our goal. Also, because we must never forget that our physical life on earth is a preparation for eternal life in the spiritual world. So without seeking and receiving God's power, energy, and direct guidance in our personal lives, we will never be able to overcome our sadness, stress, disappointments, inner scars, in our hearts on our own. And if we live a stressed and depressed life in society and on earth, that will also make us spiritually depressed and without joy and happiness. That will be the state we will be in later in life in the spiritual world. That is why Jesus said in Matthew 18:18, "Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven." He was referring to the emotional, spiritual, heart and love situation with which we would live our earthly existence, our spiritual situation that will accompany us such and such in our eternal life. With the aggravation that we will live in a spiritual level surrounded by depressed, stressed, and even evil people possibly like us. I caution you against treating the symptoms before trying to cure the cause. The origin of these problems is our separation from God. God embodies certainty and peace of mind. Being away from Him is one reason for our instability. Although such a statement might make sense, digesting it is quite another thing. People who are insecure for whatever reason will either subconsciously or consciously overcompensate in another way. They act as if they are greater than they are, for example, more intelligent or more broad-minded. It should not be necessary for them to appear different from who they really are, but nevertheless, they cannot help it. Any person who experiences insecurity usually offsets it in some way. Perhaps he will not seem to tire as fast as others, may appear more serious, or not laugh or relate as much as others. But when a person does not seem open, others usually detect such behavior as arrogance or pride. In reality, it may be a mask for insecurity. The person may feel terribly inferior and afraid. There are all kinds of reasons for a person to isolate himself and display a "don't touch me" attitude. He may have been hurt by the comments of others because he is too skinny or he has a crooked nose. Children often say hurtful things to their peers. The sad part is, the recipient might recall these words every day of his adult life and absolutely believe that he is inferior. What is our life solution? Our life with God make possible everything works. Without God, Nothing can function in our life and nothing can give true love and happiness eternal. Are we with God or not? It is a simple question, but we can use it to check our status. If we have a problem, we are not one with God. Any insecurity, inferiority complex, or accusation never comes from God but from Satan.